As an athlete, the goal is for sure to be the best version of myself. Doesn't matter if at the CrossFit Games, at the WFP. I just want to see how far I can go with my body and what I'm capable of doing in this sport. Qualifying, if I would qualify in 2025 for the CrossFit Games, it wouldn't be the same feeling as in 2022. After what happened at 2024, and I think we all know what happened, it wouldn't feel the same now. It's nice when I would qualify for the CrossFit Games again, if it's a format I can accept more or less. But it's not everything in my life. Like, this is not the main and only focus and goal. In the beginning of this year, they changed everything, and for me it was like, I don't even want to understand what is happening right now because it feels so awkward. And if an athlete has these feelings and these thoughts about his sport, I think then something went wrong. But I heard this from other people and other athletes. Yeah, and then it's a bit strange what changed. I spoke with a lot of them, and most of them were like this, like, oh, I just wait until I decide, and I don't want to decide, and I haven't decided yet, blah, blah. And that's in the end of January, and I feel the same. It's a bit like, yeah, your season and your year is not planned, and all the other years it was like structured from the beginning on. I'm so happy that I did all the work yesterday. Yesterday was like, until you arrived, from 7 a.m. on, it was meeting, training, training. And today is like
super chill.
Pretty chill day, yeah. It's awesome. But when there are not too many appointments in the day, always something comes up. The uncertainty of the major season is strange, and I'm very happy that I already went to the CrossFit Games the third time. I can't imagine how it is for example, Luka Vunjak or people like him who want to qualify for the CrossFit Games, because if you didn't decide yet, then it's pretty hard to say yes or no. I'm not as emotionally involved as I've been back in the days in 22 and 23. So I can only do the off-season competitions and still have my sponsors, because I don't have the sponsors only because of the games. My sponsors keep my back because I have such a good community, and I will just decide by feel and by heart what I'm going to do. When I train, I feel free, and I just I'm with myself. I can suffer, and I can feel my body. Therapy, meditation, whatever you want to call it, but it's just the thing I use. And in the end, we just have to put in the work, and that's not as nice as you see on social media. Sometimes it's just boring, so you have to suffer and suffer. So body feels good. I have a little bit of an issue on my wrist, but nothing too serious, and everything else feels pretty good.
How do you keep yourself motivated for training right now with the season and the uncertainty?
I always, like, motivation is something I don't have. It's just discipline. You know, like I always say, when you have discipline, the fire is burning the whole time. When you need motivation, you have to light up the fire, and then it goes down. You have to light up the fire, then it goes down. It needs so much energy to motivate yourself. When you have discipline, and this is like truly in my heart to just keep going and do everything, that comes from my mother, that I always, when the room is not clean, I clean. When there's work, I work. When I have a deadline for doing something, I do it. When I want to be the best in the sport, I just train. Yeah, Pixel Showdown just invited me. These guys are very, very nice. They are from Spain as well. Tony wrote me, or I think John, a message, hey, do you want to participate in the Pixel Showdown? And I was like, yes, give me a contract for a sponsorship with Pixel. They did it. Now I'm an official Pixel athlete. And I'm going to go to their competition to just represent the brand and to make some money and to do the sport I love.
How does it place with your mind, these low volume workouts before competitions?
And you always want to go and we want to do it hard, and yeah, so it's I'm made for hard training sessions for the dark zone, right? So yeah, it's hard to have just one session and just move. I'm stressed before every competition, and it doesn't matter which competition it is, because I want to do the best. And I just want to win. That's the reason why why I'm an athlete, right? One of my big things is that I'm a perfectionist, so I want to make everything perfect. But we are not living in a perfect world, because there is no perfect. But to answer your question, how I feel before competitions, stressed. I have everything, checklists in my head. I started with the smallest competition just to get the experience, and experience is everything in sport, I think, and if you don't have the experience to step on a competition floor, how will you then participate in the biggest ones?
But we want to make sure that all the community and the crowd gets crazy here, you know.
When the vibe is happening out there on the floor, it just becomes one big happy family and one big party. So, you know, those are the kind of the events that you really want, because the community is really involved.
Looks good. I mean, it's Kingsbox, it's my sponsor. When the competition starts, and the 10-second timer will start on Friday morning at 10 o'clock to do a bike run with vest workout, then I'm in my zone, and then I feel free, and then I just love everything again.
It's a really important time of the season, no matter what your season is going to be, no matter what direction you're going to go into. In the end, it's that time of the year where athletes, they want to know where they're at. And this is, I would say, where you start to see, especially on the individual side, where the elites really start to sharpen that knife.
I love it. I just love to be on the floor. On the floor I feel free. On the floor I can do what I love. So nowadays athletes or fitness athletes, they don't need CrossFit, I think, for making a living out of it, because there are so many other competitions. There's the WFP, there's High Rock, there are smaller off-season competitions. Then I have my sponsors, and I'm representing them through social media. And with these sponsors, I'm available, or I'm able to afford things, for example, for traveling and make a living out of it, to pay the rent here. So to answer your question, if you need CrossFit, no, you don't need CrossFit. But if you're an athlete and you want to compete and you want to be in the top tier of the sport, then you don't need CrossFit, but then you have an opportunity through CrossFit to show yourself and show the world what you're made of and what you train for. After the CrossFit Games, I had two options: leaving the sport and not being an athlete anymore, or continuing. And after the CrossFit Games, I continued competing with German Throwdown, with Belgrade Throwdown, with a team competition in Switzerland, Tough and Rough, and then with Dubai and with Miami. And I only did these competitions because I'm only passionate about competing. Competing makes me feel special kind of, I would say. So to be on the floor, you have your own judge, you're in the lane, you have this amount of work to do, and then you can prove yourself that you are capable of doing stuff you trained the whole time. It feels special and it feels great, and then to make a living out of it, it feels even unreal. And I grew up with my mother. She had like 5 different jobs just to get her 3 child through the days and to bring food on the table. And now I do fitness for a living. It's crazy. I love sport, I love fitness, and then being like surrounded by spectators and people who love the sport as well and who look up to you, and sometimes you can motivate people. It's an insane feeling. So this is the reason why I compete, and I really feel free when I'm on the competition floor. I just feel like myself, and I feel like this is the right moment of doing the right things. Yeah, as I said, after the games, it felt strange to compete, but now after we had some competitions after the CrossFit Games 24, and there are several off-season competitions where we can go, and then every time we go here, there's so much love from the crowd, so many good competitors where we just shake hands and be good friends, and then we have like a reason to go again to another competition, and this keeps the sport alive, I would say. So this weekend showed it again, and it's crazy good. Yeah, so thanks to Pixel Showdown. I would say to you guys, thanks for the support. Again, press the like button, share and subscribe. As always, thanks for your love, thanks for the support, and see you in the next competition.